Hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today is a big day. I'm telling you, it's a big day. Not only are we going to talk about the Rykers, the 2020 and the 2021 models, we're just going to call them the 20 and the 21 model. We'll drop the 2020, 2021. Anyway, not a lot of big changes as far as the machine itself. A lot of accessory changes and some cool color, different patterns, that sort of thing. But something that's really exciting, you know, the channel's been growing. And while we're talking about channel growth, let's just do a little dizzy dance for you. Yeah, we're growing, and we're growing. It's awesome to be growing. But one of the things that is a pain about growing is the amount of time that I spend in a chair working in my office. And I spend an exorbitant amount of time sitting on a chair. And most of the chairs that I sit on in my office are made of this. That ain't good for the tuchus. So I took the liberty of ordering something. Here we go. Now I hope this thing turns out to be as nice as it looked like online. They had the GTX Racer chair, they had the S Racer chair, and then there was another company that looked pretty cool, Autofull. A-U-T-O-F-U-L-L, Autofull. And it has a picture of like a knight. So here it is, check this out. Oh yeah, so this is a gaming chair. Now I don't know anything about gaming chairs, and my son said, Dad, sometimes those things are more of a sales hype than anything else. But when he looked at it, he goes, that one looks pretty cool though, Dad. So what I'm gonna do is out here, I'm gonna put this thing together, so when I make that new Ryker video, I can sit in something that's actually quite comfortable. So through the magic of time lapse, let's get this baby opened up, put together, and talk about some Rykers. So we'll talk to you right after this. Oh yeah, no more pain. Let's see what she feels like there. Oh, wow, that's quite a bit. This is very, very nice, man. Very cool, Autofull. Look at that, man. Wooden chair thing was getting old. All right, so the Ryker. Let's talk about the Ryker, what it is and what it isn't. You know, we want to talk more than just about what's new for the Ryker, because there are people out there right now, I guarantee they're running across this video and they're wondering, what is the Ryker, what is the difference, and what does the CanAm line look like? So quick synopsis of what the Ryker is and what it isn't. So the CanAm Ryker is more the sport bike version of the CanAm. We could even call it a sport tourer possibly. You've got the CanAm RT, which is the roadster tourer. You've got the F3, which is large like the RT, but is going to be more the sporty side of touring. And then you've got the Ryker, which is the smaller of the three. Now, the two bigger models are going to have a little larger engine. They have the 1330 Rotax. It's a 3-cylinder engine. And the Ryker has a 900 and a 600 engine based on the model you get. So now that we know what the Ryker is, let's talk about the differences in the Ryker line itself. So first you have the Ryker 600, and they come in a 600 and a 900 base model. They'll call that the ACE. So what is a Ryker going to cost you? That's the first thing that everyone wants to know. Well, a Ryker 600 MSRP is $84.99. The Ryker came out for the first time in the model year 2019. So we're only on the third year coming up on the Rykers. MSRP's pretty much been the same all the way down the line. MSRP, like I said, on the 600 is $84.99. On the standard 900, it is $9,999. And on the Rally Edition, it is $11,749. Now, I have taken the liberty of perusing the internet and to see what kind of deals you can find on them. The aftermarket for the CanAm Ryker is kind of small right now, but there is a market out there that is often untapped, and that is the new old stock. So 2021 models are coming out, which means that if you have 2019 sitting on a showroom, those bikes are 2 years old. Those dealers will often sell those for less than what you can find a used one for on the open market. So when I looked today, I found some 600s as low as $7,400. I found a 900 Rally Edition for $9,800. So those are both 2019 models, new old stock at a dealer in Gadsden, Alabama. So there are out there. There are deals out there to be had. So if you're looking for a Rally Edition or the 600 or the 900, you can find them out there for reasonable prices. They're out there to be had. So let's talk specs a little bit. The 600 is a twin cylinder engine, runs on premium gasoline. All of these are going to be physically, they're going to be the same size, with the Rally Edition sitting a little bit higher due to the suspension and weighing a little bit more because of wheels, tires, suspension, different things that come on that model are going to make it weigh about 9-10 pounds more. So it's purely the fact that it has other things on it. But when you look at the model itself, the 600 comes out, it is obviously three-wheeler. It is a 600 ACE inline two-cylinder engine. It's fuel injected. It is, all of the Rykers are automatic transmission. They're considered what they call a CVT. Horsepower for the 600 is 50 brake horsepower at 7,300 RPMs and 36.7 foot-pounds of torque at 6,000 RPMs. The 900 is a 900cc triple engine, and it comes in at 77 brake horsepower at 7,100 RPMs and 56 foot-pounds of torque at 6,300. Also, CVT transmission. Again, I have found brand new 2019s for new old stock as low as $7,400 for the 600 and as low as $98.99 for the CanAm Ryker Rally Edition. Those are both at a dealer in Gadsden, Alabama. So if you want to go on to Cycle Trader, which is where I did my research at, you can certainly go on there and look at them. As far as what they are, they pretty much represent themselves the way they've always represented themselves. There are plenty of rider reviews out there online, and there are no new models since the inception of the Ryker. It has always been the 600 ACE, the 900 ACE, and the 900 Rally Edition. There is no 600 Rally Edition. So let's talk about what's new in accessories for 2021 from what the CanAm On-Road is showing as far as videos and their little walk-arounds. I've got that list, and then I went onto the page and looked at what they call new accessories. How new are those accessories? Is it new for the model year, or is it a new, came in halfway through last year? Some of those things are up for debate. Ryker folks, you can hash that out down below. So let's talk a little about the Rally Edition. What makes the Rally Edition? Is it worth the extra money? I believe it is, because you couldn't go out and buy the aftermarket products. Once again, just like with the limited editions, if the features that I'm going to list are important to you, you might as well go ahead and buy the Rally Edition, because you're not going to be able to convert it any cheaper than that. So it comes with a KYB adjustable suspension, has more suspension travel, a little better ground clearance, which means you're going to have a little slightly higher seat height, not dramatic, just a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. There's about 11 pounds weight difference. Like I said, has a different tire, more aggressive tire, hand guards on it, and it has a seat assembly that goes out on the back that you would have to purchase on the other models. The one thing that I think that is very useful in the Rally Edition is the fact that you have rider modes. And if you're going to go off-road, or you're going to even be doing things on wetter pavement, where you want to spin donuts and do things where the rider nanny, as I call it, the electronics that want to protect you from doing anything stupid, you can turn those off on the Rally Edition and you can have a little more freedom to be silly on it and to play on it. I think that's worth that. So without further ado, let's talk about what's new for 2021 as far as accessories. I do want to say BRP is behind the 8 ball. They are trying to catch up with aftermarket companies like Sling Mods, CanAm Spyder Accessories, those sorts of companies, Lamonster, Spider Pops, all of these groups that are creating things for the Ryker, they're catching up. So BRP is developing things for the Ryker that may already be on the market. So with that said, first thing is they have a new Adventure Windshield. It has, and by the way, I'll be posting pictures of these items up here. The new Adventure Windshield covers 150% more space. So it's going to give you a lot more protection from the wind and the environment when you're in rainy conditions and that sort of things. It will keep the elements from popping you in the head a little better. Also, the beating of wind on your chest, which will wear you out on long trips, the windshield will help you. It still has the adjustment up and down, just like the standard. Another thing they have is an integrated cover. That integrated cover fits in the glove box and it just takes up your glove box space as far as I'm concerned, but it is convenient. It sits in there. It's attached via a string or a lanyard of some kind. You open it up, you pull it out, you cover your Ryker with it. They have some air intake accents that have like a little piece of foam in there. That air intake accent looks good and is kind of a pre-filter filter. It looks nice. How functional is it? I guess if you're on a road with a lot of dirt and chunks flying up in the air, probably helpful. They have new panels and some new color schemes. One is that's in heritage white that has some orange and yellow stripes on it. I really think that looks cool. They have another one that's pink with like feathers and stuff on it. You know, that's not for me. But there are different color schemes available for it. And that's another cool thing about the Ryker is that you can get these color schemes and you can change the way the machine looks. Another offering from BRP is a new skid plate. So if you're out riding on the road in the dirt, that sort of thing, you're going to be able to protect the bottom of your machine a little better. That is very important. Also, understand that the ride height of all of the Spyders, they do sit low. Something we call high centering in the Jeep world, where you're coming over the top of a hill and your front tire and your back tire are on the low side of that. In the middle of the Jeep now will sit on this spot that's high in the middle of the Jeep, and that's called a high center. The Can-Ams are prone to high centering if you are going over a speed bump, that sort of thing. A good solid skid plate is worth its weight in gold. You can certainly damage things. I'm a firm believer in them. Anything that you can protect your radiator, that you can protect the nose of your machine, and you can protect the underbelly from pranging those things and breaking something, can be the difference in you making it to your destination due to the fact that you're not having a breakdown. Those things are really important. So skid plates, I think, are a lot more important than bling. But there again, you can do what you want with that. Additional things that are on the new side, they have a new page and then they have new for 2021. So the new page is what BRP considers new. What I just gave you was new for 2021. But new, they have a radiator protector for 129 bucks. Looks pretty nice. Again, that is something that's important. Protect that radiator, protect the front of your machine. It is very, very important. They have a rally fender, looks pretty nice. Another thing they have that other companies have been making are wheel decals, and I'll show some pictures up here, but they're basically stickers that go on the rim to where you can work on a color scheme for your Ryker, and you can match those colors on the wheel with these stick-on pieces of tape. They look nice. It's something that is a lot cheaper than having a wheel powder coated, that sort of thing. They have an A-arm protector, which I would certainly have if I was going to have a Ryker, because I would want to get the Ryker on a dirt road. Certainly if I had the Rally Edition, I would be doing some donuts and slinging some things up. So I would want the A-arm protectors, that sort of thing, for mine. They have aluminum headlight guards and a locking parking brake. They also have, of course, the link system for the back. We talked about that a little in the Spyder edition. I'll see if I can't play that little video up here of the link system. It will be on an RT, it won't be on the Ryker. However, it works on the Ryker, and the link sport bag, the thermal box, those things are all available to put on the link system for the Ryker. Again, CanAm has a nice accessory package with lower backrests and things like that for the driver. There is a lot of stuff out there for the Ryker. We have discussed the possibility of getting Coach Vic a Ryker. Sling Mods makes a nice footboard for the Ryker, and if we got one for her, that would be important for her feet. I would love to see CanAm come out with a hand braking system for the Ryker. Also, I would love to see CanAm come out with a handbrake system for all model Spyders for the disabled community. Coach Vic and I are looking at the ISCI brake. You can install it in your garage, but it is quite an involved process. It is something we are discussing purchasing this year. There is a young lady who's paralyzed. Her name I cannot recall. I will put a link to her channel up here. Recently, her Ryker was stolen. She lives over in Europe, I believe in Great Britain, and she has done a brake modification on hers, which is similar to what we would do to one if we got a Ryker for Coach Vic. But it would be nice if someone just made an actual kit. That would be very, very helpful. So the Ryker, who is the Ryker for? I think CanAm was asking that question. Here's who it's for. Anyone who wants to ride a motorcycle but is afraid to. And what I mean by that, you have an automatic transmission, you have a basic brake, it's twist and go, press and stop. It's very simple to ride. There are a lot of aftermarket accessories. It allows you to learn to turn a wrench a little bit. It gives you the ability to just play with a machine, and it doesn't cost an arm and a leg brand new out of the box. This has opened a demographic to CanAm like no other. And it is wonderful to see the number of people that have just gotten on board with the CanAm Ryker. So that's pretty much it about the Ryker. But there is a comment that has been left many, many times on many of the videos that I've posted. Strap in, here we go. BRP, what is going on with their warranties? What is going on with their dealer? What is going on when something goes wrong with my machine? I bought it, I paid $30,000 for it, and there is something wrong with it. And my dealer is waiting some more for a fix. They can't get in touch with anyone that's calling them back. This is your case number, and this is this, and this is that, and people are waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. There has to be a change made in the business model here in America for CanAm. CanAm has got to do a better job with their on-road products. Now, I cannot speak for their off-road products because I'm not familiar with them, but their on-road products, it is not uncommon to go into a CanAm dealer and you've got a very large quantity of off-road products, and you see 2 Rykers, an RT, and an F3. The salesman knows nothing about them other than this is what it costs. CanAm has got to do a better job training their salespeople, training their mechanics, and ensuring that the end user, us, is not left withering on the vine when something goes wrong. This is nothing new, by the way. I don't want you to think that I'm grabbing the big CanAm brand and throwing it under the bus. There's nothing new going on here. This is also very common in the European motorcycle market. The European motorcycle market Parts are difficult to get. Parts are expensive. Finding a dealer who can do the work properly is difficult to find. You're probably going to have to use a dealer because Joe down at the corner doesn't know how to work on it. And if he does, he's going to kick up some kind of code to where your machine is not going to run properly again. And you're going to end up having to go back to the dealer to have it done anyway. So with that said, BRP, you got to do a better job on that. I can't tell you the number of people that have posted and complained about being stranded or something being wrong with their machine. They're being told the manufacturer is not helping them out. I sometimes have to wonder, and I do ask this question, is BRP the problem or is the dealer the problem? I believe many times the dealer isn't even making the phone call. Every single time that I personally have called BRP, I've spoken with someone and that someone was willing to help me. I know a lot of you are saying, well, Coach Bob, you have a YouTube channel, they're going to listen to you. This was before and since my YouTube channel got off the ground. They've always listened to me. So I do question, is it the dealer you're dealing with? I have a subscriber by the name of Bill, and Bill was dealing with a dealership down in Middle Florida, and the dealership was giving him the runaround. They couldn't fix anything. Everything was a problem. He changed dealerships. Lo and behold, it was like magic. All of the problems disappeared. And now this new dealership was able to fix his problems. So I believe a lot of it has to do with your dealer. Don't necessarily think that BRP is your enemy. They could be, I'm not saying they're not, but give them the benefit of the doubt. Pick up the phone and call BRP. Take the time to do it. If that means you have to have BRP on a phone and bring in the dealer so that all three of you are on the phone, I think that is absolutely the optimum situation. I always want all parties involved. If I'm not satisfied with the service, I want all parties involved on the phone. I don't want a dealer telling me CanAm did this, and I don't want CanAm telling me the dealer did that. I want them all three on the phone. As users, although it may be difficult and it is problematic, we have to exercise our due diligence in making sure that we're treated right. I know in a perfect world we shouldn't have to do that, but we do. It doesn't matter whether it's a Spyder or a car or a hand tool that you bought from Lowe's. You need to make sure that all parties involved are there so everyone knows what's going on. So I want to ask you right now to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. I hope you found it somewhat informative. I will be posting up some things on the F3 here really soon. Also, I will have a cost of ownership video coming up in the next 2 weeks on the CanAm RT and the experience of owning a CanAm RT. Both were requests by subscribers. I do not take those requests lightly. I will make those videos. So until next time, I want you to do me a favor. Go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Now, we'll talk to you later, and I hope to see you on the road very soon.